एक स्वस्थ और पोषित समाज ही महामारियों और बीमारियों का जमकर मुकाबला कर सकता है। साथ ही ये समृद्ध और सशक्त राष्ट्र निर्माण की भी कुंजी है। इसी महत्ता को रेखांकित करने के लिए अब मैं आमंत्रित कर रहा हूं डॉक्टर श्रीनिवास राव जी को। स्वास्थ्य, पोषण, आहार एवं कृषि से संबंधित कार्यों के लिए विश्व प्रसिद्ध डॉक्टर श्रीनिवास जी GIST USA वॉलंटियर होने के साथ ही आहार डेटाबेस के प्रेरणा स्रोत भी हैं। डॉक्टर श्रीनिवास राव जी, मैं हृदय से आपका स्वागत करना चाहता हूं।
आहार क्रांति, उत्तम आहार, उत्तम विचार. This is a program initiated by GIST, Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats Forum, Vibha, Vijnana Bharati, Prabhas, Pravasi, Bharatiya, Academic and Scientific Sampark, and Vijnan Prasar. Its goal is to bring better health to Bharat and the world. In 1960s, Green Revolution happened in India. It was needed because a vast majority of India had hunger and malnutrition as the biggest problem at that time. The efforts of Dr. Norman Borlaug, Dr. Swami Viswanathan, they have created a revolution by increasing 10 million tons of wheat production to several folds. Later, in 1970s, Dr. Vagish Kurian and his team increased milk production 4 folds in the country and became an important leader in the world. The trend initiated by these revolutions continued. And today, India is producing more food in terms of calories it needs for all its people. The calorie audit shows that India is producing more than twice the calories needed for all its 1.3 plus billion people. For the current year, the grain alone or grain production is 303 million tons as declared by the ministry. That means that is 303 billion kilos per year. And that translates to more than double the grain that everybody needs in the country. As a result, we should have been very good, but the ground reality, the data from various sources, very systematically compiled by Dr. Hans Rosling, shows that India is still not at a very high level of life expectancy. And this is the main issue. Our food in terms of calories is very good. Our policies are very good. Yet we have significant healthcare burden and our life expectancy is only less than 70 years. The main reason for this is we have a highly imbalanced starch-heavy diet. Here the circle shows the recommended values of all food types, groups that we have to consume. In India, we consume the starch more than what is needed, and the rest of the food groups are consumed at a very low level. This is the main reason from the nutrition point of view why we have these healthcare problems. Because we do not have balanced nutrition diet, lifestyle diseases are on the rise. India has greatly reduced the communicable diseases, infections, but the lifestyle diseases are doubling from 1990 to today. And the doubling of these lifestyle diseases is an enormous economic burden. The estimates show that by 2030, it will be more than $450 billion of economic loss, 17.9 million years of productivity loss, and the poverty may go about 20% as a result of these problems. So what is the solution? Diversity in crop production, diversity in food consumption, increase in awareness about both of them. So the solution is awareness and quality in our food. That's the main goal of Ahar Kranti. Present crop production patterns, as you can see here, some of them are much more. Some of them are not sufficient. The red line here represents the required production, and we hope to achieve in the agriculture domain of Ahar Kranti to meet all the production properly so that we can go towards good balanced diet. India has plenty of rice varieties. Rice as an example I have taken, but plenty of other crops also can be falling in the same category. Dr. Longwa, a scientist from National Institute of Nutrition, published 10 years back that there are several rice varieties that can give more than 10.9 up to 11.9 protein percentage wise in rice. Imagine if the double the protein is available from rice itself, the dramatic shift in the India's rice consuming population's health can be seen just in one season. Not only that, there are plenty of pulses. India is requiring enormous amount of protein. After the calorie malnutrition, which is completely suppressed in India, now protein malnutrition is the challenge. We have 40 different varieties of pulses. Many of them are grown in India. We need to grow them more and make them available to the population. We have a database of 10,000 edible plants, of which we are focusing at the moment on 200 crops to increase the micronutrient requirements in the diet. We have achieved the macronutrient requirement in the country, but we need the micronutrient improvement. That will be the major effort of Ahar Kranti. Ahar Kranti hopes to reduce malnutrition and increase life expectancy, increase cognitive and academic performance, have nutritious crops, meet all domestic needs, and be ready for exports. Further, using hundreds of years of knowledge passed on to us by our rishis to us in Ayurveda, we hope to improve India's health and become Vishwaguru in this domain. Ahar Kranti will be implemented over multiple phases. As you can see here, the spider chart clearly shows that various levels at which Ahar Kranti will be unfolded. The major steps are NGOs to teachers, teachers to students, students to families, families to society. Ahar Kranti will unfold at every single household in India. Let me play a mantra from Atharva Veda, which illustrates why Ahar Kranti can be so effective and can be achieved. What it means is, rishis several thousands of years ago clearly defined that man can live 100 years. And to live that 100 years, our knowledge from Ayurveda can help us. Ahar Kranti would like to bring Ayurveda on par with the modern science and be the evidence-based medicine for the future of India and the world. Therefore, we are all confident that if all these things are implemented, Ahar Kranti will bring the needed change for India, and India can become Vishwaguru. Namaste.